So welcome to episode 9 of blah blah blah. This was going to turn out to be a bit of a rant video, but luckily I contacted the developers for some information, and it's not going to turn out to be a rant video, which is good. Now, back a few months ago I did a first look video on a game called Mulaka. The only way to get this is digitally, and to my surprise, the developer Lorenzo, they actually left a comment in the comment section saying that this game would be getting a physical release in early 2020 by FIRSTPRESSGAMES. So FIRSTPRESSGAMES is based in Germany. Obviously it's like limited run games, IM 8-bit, super rare games. They get to release digital only games, indie games, small indie games, mainly in the physical form. So I've been really hyped waiting for an actual physical release of Mulaka. I go on to FIRSTPRESSGAMES and I see the release of it, but it has a triple pack, triple set. So 3 games. You have to buy the 3 games to get Mulaka, and I don't want these other 2 games. They could be good, but it's super expensive, especially for us here in Australia, and I wasn't really happy about that. But luckily I did go on to Twitter and I left a message for I guess it was FIRSTPRESSGAMES company, and they said that it will be sold separately, but there will be an announcement at a later date. So that's really cool, because honestly I just want to get that game. I don't want to get these other games. It's going to be like €109, which I don't know what that's, probably $180, $190 Australian. That's a lot of money to pay for something like that. I just want the one game. So that's good, and thanks Lorenzo for getting back to me on that one. I'm looking forward to picking up that game. But I was looking at FIRSTPRESS and their philosophy. Physical releases, the real thing, premium quality, high grade, highly collectible with loving detail. I love this last part. Awesome games, only rare diamonds. They didn't call it hidden gems, rare diamonds. That's kind of like what we call it, hidden diamonds, rare diamonds. Maybe that's the next thing to call it. Rare diamonds sounds really cool, but that's going to be great to see. There's going to come with game manuals, collectible coins, reverse spines, with the cover art on both sides, A2 or A3 posters and CDs as well. So that'll be really cool. So I'm looking forward to when that does come to happen. Now, that's pretty much all the gaming news I want to talk about. This thing is just whole random things. I had a great comment from MBK Silent. I think this is the second time I featured one of your comments, I think. He says, your channel is so professional, Ken. I won't be surprised if it blows up one day. Keep it humble. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I will, don't worry. And this was from my list of, I think it was Xbox games, and he goes on to talk about his favorite games: Morrowind, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, Ninja Gaiden, Halo 2, Panzer Dragoon, which was great. And he talks about how angry he is at himself for selling the Xbox back in the day, and then was the first console he bought with his own money. And I get that. I've talked about this before, where back in the day we just sell games and consoles, and here I am all these years later regretting that. And the reason why I actually regret it now, a few years ago when I started Instagram, I started going on Instagram just doing food photos, and I didn't know there was a whole gaming community on Instagram. And I think at this stage I only had like this collection was only half of what it is now. And I thought back then, having a couple of 100 games, this is an awesome collection. And I discovered the gaming community on Instagram, and a lot of these people's pages blew me away with their collections being so big. And I was still only collecting modern day consoles. I had moved away from the old 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit era because of PlayStation 3 and onwards. The graphics were amazing, and I'd never really thought that much about the retro gaming side of it until I went on Instagram and started seeing all these amazing photos of all those old retro games, and it really did reignite my interest back in the old retro gaming scene altogether, and would consequently be the motivation for me to really start collecting for older systems. And back then I was only looking at collecting for, I think it was PlayStation 2, maybe a couple of Xbox original games. I think it was mainly 360 as well. I did get rid of a lot of that stuff years ago, you know, and go on from PlayStation 4 and upwards, Xbox, yeah, Xbox One, Xbox 360, I guess. But, you know, for me, it was getting back into PlayStation 2, PlayStation Portable, stuff like that. Then gradually over the years, here I am collecting for the Sega Master System again. But, you know, we do regret selling off the collections, and this is the thing. I just think that before you even think about selling your collections now, think about 5-10 years down the track. Are you going to regret that? Even a year down the track, are you going to regret selling off an amazing collection of maybe Xbox or, you know, Super Nintendo games? Just think about it, because it will happen. You will regret it, and you'll find yourself recollecting like I have. And it's just important to hold on to what you got and collect what you love, because that's what it's all about. You know, you don't have to have complete sets. Like, you know, some people want to do that, but me, I don't. I know what I like, I know the genres I like and what games I like. So really seriously think about, if you are looking at, you know, downsizing, selling off some of your collections, just think about the ramifications for maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the track. Because I've been there, I've done that, I've sold stuff off, and only to find myself recollecting it, and it is getting expensive for that sort of stuff. So yeah, I understand you completely MBK silent with yeah, selling those games and systems back in the day. I do want to get the original Xbox back as well. I still want to collect some more games for it. It's a great console. And now the first party says about how my channel looks professional, and you wouldn't be surprised if it blows up one day. I've seen somebody else, Gaijillionaire, he left a really nice comment saying a perfect replacement for some certain other YouTuber channels, and my 800,000 subscribers, leave him and follow me. Just calm down, Gaijillionaire. If you haven't checked out Gaijillionaire's channel, I'll leave a link down below. He is awesome. He has such a great on-screen speaking voice. He should be doing documentary work and stuff like that, but what he presents is just truly, it's like documentary style, and he's got a beautiful speaking voice, and I wish I had a voice like that, not a nasal voice like I've gotten. I'm already sort of like dry throat. I need to drink something. But yeah, I've seen some of these comments saying that, you know, they're liking what they're seeing, and that's, to me, it's nice, but I'm not going to let it go to my head. About being professional, I don't know. I'm just sitting here talking about games. I guess maybe the way this is presented maybe portrays just how a collection should look. I've seen other channels, not knocking them, but take some pride in the way you present your collection. Don't just have a stack of things just everywhere and it's not neat and tidy. I think neat and tidy is what people want to see in your collections. Take some pride, because we pay a lot of money for this sort of stuff. But will this channel blow up one day? I don't know. It seems to be steadily growing. I do notice that. And you know, there's times I'm thinking, okay, what videos can I do? How can I make it different? And I think what some of these bigger channels should be doing is looking in your comment sections for stuff like this. I've done an episode here now just talking about somebody's comment on one of my videos, and there's a video just done on that. So, you know, that's what I want to do. Just look in the comments, see if there's something that really stands out and sparks my interest, and I can try and do 10 minutes of this. I don't know, but yeah, thanks for that. Professional. It's an iPhone 10. That's all I need. I can shoot in 4K. I don't shoot in 4K anymore. I had a discussion with the RetroBros. I'll leave a link down below for their channel. They're awesome Aussie brothers. We're on a stream talking, and yeah, most people watch the YouTube on a phone, not a TV. So why am I shooting in 4K? I'm going back to 1080p, which is true. I mean, if I'm making some sort of cinema documentary or something like that, then I would shoot in 4K. But yeah, why am I shooting in 4K when people are watching this maybe on their phone? Who watches this on the TV apart from me? And probably nobody else. But yeah, so I'm shooting back in 1080. But yeah, I don't want to get this I don't want this to go in my head, because yeah, I have had some people say this sort of thing before. And I had Rusty from Rust Gaming. He contacted me one day and said, dude, you're a featured channel on the Last Gamers YouTube page. And I'm like, huh, what? And I would go there, and sure enough, here I am as one of the featured channels on the Last Gamer. I didn't know that. It just feels like with that sort of responsibility, you know, I have to be more aware of how I portray myself on this platform. When I have somebody like the caliber of Joel, Last Gamer, to have me featured as a featured channel, it's like, oh my god, what's happening here? But you know, I don't want this to go to my head. I just want to be able to have discussions with everybody as long as I can. If this channel does grow, great. If it doesn't, then fair enough. It's all in the hands of the people out there. If they like what they see, then welcome. But yeah, I was just totally blown away when Rust told me that I was a featured channel on Joel's YouTube channel. I was like, I didn't know that. That's an honor, and I need to be aware of how I portray myself on this platform when I have, like I said, when I have somebody like Joel who has me featured. So you know, that's why, you know, I want to do things need to change for me on this channel. That's why I want to do more shout outs. I want to do stuff like that to give back to the community, because I'm up to about 853 subscribers now, and you know, I guess I'm starting to get a voice, because the last video I did with the shout outs, Aussie Lane Gaming, Budget Gaming, and Pixel Pursuit, they all averaged about 20 subscribers that they picked up from that video. So that's why I want to do more of that sort of stuff to give back to the community, and that's what it's all about. You know, we've seen Joel do that time and time again. Massive channel, over 100,000 subscribers, and he takes the time to get in our comment sections. And if I can do something similar to that, I'm not as big as his channel, but if I can give back to the community, you know, recommend some channels that are brilliant, and there's so many more out there I want to look for. And if I can do that sort of stuff and give back to the community, then that's what I want to do. So that's it. Episode 9 of Blah 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 is done. I'll probably do episode 10, then I'll take a break from this. I'll do some other stuff. I've got one more episode coming up of my favorite 5 games. This is not my top 5 games. I see people leaving comments in the comment sections of those videos saying, oh, it's a great top 5. It's not my favorite. It's not my top 5. It's my favorite 5 games. The games I played the most. My top 5 games are totally different from those, I think. But this was my favorite 5 go-to games. The games I played the most, not my top 5. So yeah, I just want to clear that up. But yeah, thanks everybody for checking out those channels that I recommended and subscribing. It's given them a boost. I'm sure it's given them a morale boost as well. It's just awesome to do that sort of stuff for the community. And yeah, I'll do one more episode. I think it's the Mega Drive favorite 5 coming up. Then I'm going to take a break from that. They'll return in a couple of months, and I want to try and do some other stuff. So I want to try and keep evolving things on this channel. Working on the Games Room tour, hopefully have it finished by the end of this week coming. I've got 6 days off work. 6 days off work to finish this thing off. Go back, look at it, see if I need to re-record one more thing, because it's a bit grainy. I didn't have the light set up right, and I can see it's a bit grainy. It's not pristine like a lot of the other game footage, the other footage that I shot. So I just got to do that thing, film what's over that side, film the TV setup, and the amiibos all up along the wall here. So that's going to be my main focus on the days off. I've got to meet up with Rage Lane Gaming and Lone Wanderer on next Saturday. So looking forward to that. Maybe we'll shoot some footage there. So that's it. My voice is just going. So until next time, guys, take care, and yeah, thanks for subscribing to those other channels. And if you haven't seen the video, I'll leave a link down below for the video, or maybe up there. There'll be a link. There'll be a box up there taking to the video for the shout outs. And yeah, just keep spreading the positivity in the community. And I'm done. See ya. Bye.